Rav had always believed that life would reward hard work. He wasn't born with wealth, fame, or genius, but he had dreams. And more than that, he had hope. He worked long hours, saved every rupee, helped his family, and stayed honest. 4 years. He thought he was building something solid, but life doesn't care about your plans. One rainy morning, Rav walked into his office to find a letter on his desk. Termination. Downsizing, they called it. It's not personal, they said, but to him, it was.
With no savings and no job, things spiraled fast. Within months, his bank balance hit zero. His landlord gave him 7 days to leave. The people who used to call him for advice now stopped picking up his calls. To make things worse, Rav's father, his only emotional anchor, passed away after a heart attack. The grief was too much. The silence at night, unbearable. He started sleeping on his friend's old sofa, then eventually in a park. His days were filled with hunger, cold, and loneliness. People passed him by like he didn't exist. Rav had become invisible in the world he once dreamed of conquering. One night, drenched in rain, sitting under a broken bus stop, Rav looked at the sky and whispered, "Why me?" There was no answer, only thunder. But something strange happened in that moment. Somewhere in the middle of that darkness, a tiny voice inside him whispered, "Why not you?" He blinked. Was it madness? Or was it something more? The voice continued, "If this is the bottom, then the only way now is up." That night, Rav made a decision, not a big one, but a real one. He decided he would take just one step forward, no matter how small. The next morning, he cleaned himself up in a public restroom, walked into a roadside tea stall and asked, "Can I clean dishes in exchange for food?" The owner looked at him, hesitated, then nodded. Rav washed dishes for hours, but that plate of food, at the end of the day, tasted like victory. He came back the next day, and the next. In a week, the owner paid him a little. In a month, he offered him a job. With his first few salaries, Rav rented a small room. He got a second-hand phone. He used free public Wi-Fi at libraries and cafes to learn skills, digital marketing, copywriting, freelancing. He faced failure after failure. Clients rejected him. No one believed in him, but he kept going. He worked 14 hours a day, took online gigs, watched YouTube tutorials instead of Netflix. He read, listened, learned, and worked.
6 months later, he earned his first big freelance project. A year later, he opened a small marketing agency. And 2 years after that, he owned the very tea stall where he once washed dishes. Rav didn't win the lottery. He didn't meet a rich investor. No miracle happened. What changed? He did. His pain had become his power. His setbacks had become his strength. He turned rock bottom into the foundation of his comeback.